Uh, Hi. My name is, you might know me as Taylor. Hopefully you know me as Taylor. I don't know what you would know me. Oh my god, I suck at this. Anyhow, since I'm procrastinating, I decided to go through Reddit, which is like the most idiotic thing I could do to not do what I'm supposed to do. And I personally really like this one um subreddit all about medical questions where people can just ask what they want to know or if they need help with anything, right? And to respond there, you actually have to verify that you are a medical professional or a medical student. So I've done that like a really long time ago. I think maybe a year now. I'm unsure actually. But anytime I have nothing to do, I just scroll through there and see if I can help anybody. So today you're gonna see my thought process behind these problems that the people usually present to me in this case. And I selected this one specifically because it was interesting, first of all, and because it has to do with what I'm learning right now, which is pediatric care. So let's read it together. How long for dairy free to eliminate symptoms? And don't know what you're talking about here, but sure. My son is 14 months old, so a year and 2 months. He was formula fed for the beginning, started with Bobby formula, I've never heard of it, but he was pitting the entire bottle back up. I'm pretty sure that they mean throwing up instead of spitting, as in, like, it's organic and not, oh, I don't like this taste, so I'm just gonna spit it out. I'm pretty sure it's more of a throwing up kind of thing. We switched to Bobby Gentle. Gentle, I'm assuming it's because it's more gentler on babies. Same thing happened. We switched to blah blah blah, and that helped, but it still occasionally happened. When he was about 8 months old, we switched to Happy Baby's regular formula, and he did fine. Okay, good. So, what I can see from here is there is something in the formulas, generically speaking, that is causing a reaction on a baby. Important thing to notice is that babies don't react usually to, oh, I don't want to eat this, so I'm just gonna, you know, throw it up or something like that. Babies this old usually do it for more biological purposes, meaning this thing that I'm ingesting is not good for my body, so I'm going to spit it out. So I'm thinking something like that. Fast forward to when he was 10 months old, he tried macaroni and cheese for the first time. He immediately threw up everything in him. We thought he was sick, but oh my gosh, what is going on today? But he was perfectly fine after he threw up. During this time, he was eating a I'm so sorry. I'm usually not this bad. He was eating a variety of foods, but was still having formula bottles. Okay. We tried macaroni and cheese again, same thing, threw up everything, and my mom. Okay. So he keeps throwing up everything related to milk, is what I'm seeing. But there's an important thing to talk about milk, and I'm gonna mention it after I read everything just to see if something's up. At that point, we thought he had FPIES. I'm unsure what that is because I'm Brazilian, so I study in Portuguese. We're gonna see what that is in a bit. But only cheese seemed to trigger it. Yogurt was fine, he was drinking bottles. Then, as he weaned off formula to whole milk, the vomiting picked up, but it wasn't every day. We tried A2 milk, didn't help. We thought he was overeating, so we cut bottles to only bedtime, didn't help. We thought it was acid reflux, tried some acid reflux medicine, and that didn't help. Okay, again, I'm thinking something more milk related, as in the composition of milk. Um, he had been tested for celiac. Why would you test him for celiac? For those who don't know, celiac disease is related to um, gluten. And I wouldn't think about gluten when his reactions are milk. If I were to think about anything, first of all, I would think about lactose intolerance, which is a protein in milk. But from the description, I don't think it's lactose related, or else every formula, including Happy Baby's regular, would be affecting him since lactose is incorporated. All other blood work appears normal, the vomiting appears randomly. We've tried food diaries and no food is perfectly matching up. It sometimes is in the dead middle of the night, sometimes at bedtime, sometimes directly after eating. We cannot find a perfect correlation and we're frustrated and feel sad for him. Yeah. Our pediatrician is at a loss. Okay, that's bad news. If the pediatrician is general, I can see why that would happen, but that's not a good sign. 4 days ago, we started dairy free just to see. He has seemed overall happier, in my opinion, but just threw up again. Huh. So he threw up with no dairy involved. In your experience, is it still possible it could be this trigger? How long would it take for the vomiting to stop? He hasn't had any milk products, reading every single label like a hawk in 4 days. And he has severe eczema since around 4 months old. Okay, what can we see from this? This baby has been fed formula from the beginning, so he was never breastfed before. He keeps having reactions to anything related to milk, but they have stopped giving him milk and he is still vomiting. I have a few theories, but again, as I always say when I reply to these comments, I'm a medical student, emphasis in student. I don't know anything. what I'm saying is just pure speculation. So, first things first. If it is a milk allergy, and why am I thinking about a milk allergy? Infants are it's very common for infants to be allergic to milk. It's why it's not recommended for babies lower than 1 year old, well, younger than, to never drink cow's milk because they may be allergic to the proteins inside of the milk. Breast milk, on the other hand, is much lower in protein intake and higher in vitamins. So usually babies who are being breastfed don't have that issue. Later on, we usually develop immunity to milk, aka our body doesn't react to the proteins as something bad, but that usually isn't present in infants. So what I was thinking, it was that this baby was suffering from a milk protein allergy. But now I have some questions, which is what I always do when I read this sort of things. I don't want to pass the wrong information. So I always make sure to properly type things out and search what I have issues with. So I personally always use Google Scholar for these things because it always presents like how would I say this? Verified information. So it's not anything that could possibly be wrong or made up. So let's search up milk protein allergies in newborns. No, actually, the first thing I want to search up is, does baby formula contain cow milk proteins? Let's see this one. This one is talking also about allergies. Where is it? Oh, I don't want to read the entire article. Let's go back. Oh, hey, dude. Oh my god. Why is this happening? Okay, thanks. Human milk versus cow's milk. Evolution of baby formulas. Abstract. Abstract, for those who don't know, is the summary of the entire document. So, what the heck is a wet nurse? I have no clue. Mm-hmm. This is proven to be hard. Sometimes using Google Scholar isn't the right option because it mainly uses articles. But I always try this first because it's more safe that the information is right. Okay, this is, look. Infant formula market is cow milk base. If I read these tiny prints, from what I see, yes, baby formula is mainly using cow milk as their production. I suck at English, I'm so sorry again. Okay, so my answer about the baby formula probably is right. Now, the yogurt part is intriguing me because yogurt is usually made from cow milk, but I'm thinking that the process of making the yogurt could break the protein down, but I don't know if it affects allergic reactions. Yogurt productions can lessen cow milk allergies. Oh, this is interesting. Yogurt is tolerated by the majority of children with IgE-mediated cow's milk allergy. IgE is a type of antibodies in your system. E is mainly for allergic reactions. See, this is interesting. So he could have a milk allergy, but yogurt is tolerated based on this study specifically. I'm gonna save this. Sorry, I had to stop recording for a second, but we can continue. As I was saying, yogurt can be tolerated for this specific cow's milk allergy. Is an interesting take. Let's go back. Let's see. Happy Baby's regular formula. I'm interested to see if this brand has cow milk, if it's cow milk based. For this, I'm using regular Google because I know it won't. What's the name again? Happy Babies. It's organic. Am I in the right one? Is it possibly organic and she just didn't mention it? Let's see. Let's go back. Let's go to images. Hey, can you load the images, please? No? Okay, thanks. The AI is saying this, but I don't trust AI. So yeah, the complete name is organic. Okay, so this is the right one then. Let's see if they have a list of the ingredients used. It's modeled after breast milk. That's a good sign. It has lactose. Lactose is a type of protein in milk, but in his case, it's probably not a lactose allergy. He probably has a specific protein allergy, usually found in milk. Protein. In breast milk, the primary sources of protein are whey, egg, and casein. Casein. I don't know how to say it in English, but in Portuguese it's casein. Our proteins are easy to digest and model breast milk protein ratio. I see. Okay. So from what I'm seeing, this brand tries their best to replicate breast milk. And as I said before, usually breast milk is recommended for infants because usually doesn't have the proteins that give allergies to babies that the babies can react to. This could be why the baby in the case didn't have any issues. Yeah, this weaned off formula to whole milk matches up the allergy idea. A2 milk. A2, I'm pretty sure it's a protein, but I don't know, so let's search it up. Lord, my internet sucks. Oh, it's a different protein. Mm. Uh, what type of casein does usual cow's milk have? Mm. So beta casein is the A2 that we were talking about. Uh, so it's other types of proteins. But since it didn't work, but this one does have casein, right? Mm. Oh, sorry, I spaced out. Yeah, 40% casein. But what kind? What kind? Mm. Do they not have it? I am so sorry. My battery died. Anyhow, um, I don't know what I was saying, but it doesn't specify. Oh, yeah, I was reading this. Wait. So it features A2 milk. Hmm, that's weird. Mm, it appears randomly. We've tried food diaries and no food is perfectly matching up. It sometimes is in the dead middle of the night, sometimes at bedtime, and sometimes directly after eating. Mm. Now, this is interesting. If it were an allergic reaction, it wouldn't be so long after eating the problem. So, if I had a milk allergy and I ingested milk, allergies are fast. So, directly after eating makes sense, but not this. Mm. And if he threw up again, even though he isn't eating anything correlated to milk. Mm, mm, I'm thinking. Could it be a protein allergy in general? But that wouldn't make sense. Mm, mm, Bear with me for a moment. I don't know how to type that in English. Let's see if I find the image. Come on. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so I was thinking about this. When you are just an embryo, the tract that originates both your trachea and your esophagus are the same. They're like the same. It's one tube. But at some point, it originates another tube coming from the first one. There are types of malformations where the tube gets dissected or partially dissected. But that would mean an involvement with the respiratory tract, which I don't think is the case. Let's see. Let's see if we can find something here. Why is it so slow? These are times where I have to remember that I, again, am just a medical student and that the doctor in question is also having issues. My job here isn't to properly diagnose, it's to help the person asking. So I think we're gonna be going like this. Hey, I'm still in my 3rd semester of medical school, so please take all I say with a grain of salt. Oh. This case was particularly intriguing to me because many points you told us pointed towards a protein a cow's milk protein allergy, but now I'm not so sure. First of all, it's usually not recommended. I don't know how to spell that because I'm illiterate. For infants under 1 year old to ingest cow's milk because it's a common allergen, meaning lots of children at that age may have an allergy to the proteins that compose cow milk. It's usually recommended, I'll fix that later, they stay only in, what's the name again? Oh, they stay only breastfeeding because, oh my god, the milk has usually less proteins that may cause reactions and more antibodies. That's what usually has. It's prettier. I did some research, and apparently all the brands you mentioned contain cow milk proteins as a base for their products, which would corroborate with the suspected allergy. The only one that did not cause reactions to your son also states that it tries their best to replicate breast milk, which also would make sense. But a few details debunked this theory for me. What's the name of the brand? Happy Baby's regular formula states in their website that their milk contains beta casein, which is the main component in A2 milk. You said he reacted to A2 milk, which confuses me considering he was fine with the formula. What else was it again? Oh, you said that you stopped giving him dairy products 4 days ago, but he is still vomiting. Allergies. Oh, and that his reactions would also happen randomly. Allergies usually happen almost instantly after the allergen makes contact with the body, which makes me think this isn't an allergy at all. I also forgot about to mention about the yogurt. About the yogurt, I found this article that mentioned that children with, what was it, IgE, where is it, IgE mediated cow's milk allergy. Also tolerate yogurt. No, also no, tolerate yogurt. So you're not throwing up after eating yogurt if this is indeed an allergic reaction would also make sense. No, that doesn't make sense. What else debunked this again? So no, I don't think the trigger milk is the cause for his vomiting. In fact, I think it might not even be the milk at all. Have you ever noticed if your son has a hard time eating other elements, even if without vomiting? I'm speculating this could be a more physical issue with his what was it again? Gastrointestinal tract? Was I right about that? What? Okay, I'm gonna do this the hard way. Okay, so this was indeed the name. What? Oh my god. Oh my god, what did I do? Oh no. Oh no. Was that a link? Please don't have. Oh my god, where's my text? Please. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry, actually, yeah. Oh my god. It's here still. Oh my god. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my god. Okay. 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 Everything's fine. Gastrointestinal tract. Rather than a reaction to certain foods. Maybe a congenital malformation. Another speculation of mine is he could have a general protein intolerance. If you are able, please track down and tell me if he stays fine if eating foods that don't contain protein, or if he reacts to anything with proteins. Thank you. So Mm. Mm. I think this is a good enough response. I'm curious to see if she'll respond to me. Okay, let's see how it goes. I'll tell y'all later if it's good. Hope y'all had fun following me having issues in general.